Today on the Stay at Home Chef, I'm showing you how to make a Peppermint JoJo's Copycat recipe. These dark chocolate covered peppermint sandwich cookies are one of the most popular items at Trader Joe's, and they only have it once a year. I find myself buying them in absolute massive quantities that I really should be embarrassed of. So I knew I had to make a copycat recipe so I could make this any time of the year I wanted and with as little shame as I wanted. This recipe makes 40 cookies, which is totally a lot, but trust me, it's not enough. 40 cookies, you'll go through it like that. We're gonna start with half a cup of butter and put it into a mixing bowl. You wanna make sure it's softened and add in 1 cup of sugar. We're gonna cream this together until it's smooth. It should take about a full minute of mixing to really cream that together. And then we're gonna add in 1 egg and half a teaspoon of peppermint extract and mix this in real quick. Once that's smooth, add in 1 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour, half a cup of cocoa powder, and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Mix this in until it's well combined. Now, once the mixture comes together, you'll want to turn it out onto a clean countertop. You'll see it's just a little bit crumbly. You'll smush it all together. Knead your dough by hand until it starts to get shiny. Then you're going to be able to roll this into a log. Once you have a nice tight log, put it onto some plastic wrap and wrap it up. You want to make sure you have it straight. Wrap it up nice and tight. And then we're going to put this into the freezer for about an hour. Once it's frozen solid, take a sharp knife. I always cut off the end. And then I'm going to cut as thin of slices as I can. And you want about 80 of them. So you get 80 cookies just like this. If you get a bad slice here and there, don't worry, just toss it aside. We have plenty of dough to work with. Next, we're going to line all these little cookies up on a parchment or silpat lined baking sheet. These won't spread, so you can put plenty on the pan because we have a lot of cookies to bake up. So I'll do, let's see, a row of 3, 6, 7, and let's see how wide I can get it. Probably 4 wide. Once your tray is full, pop these into a 350-degree oven for about 10 minutes. You'll bake your cookies in batches. Let them cool on the pan for a few minutes and then transfer them to a wire rack to cool completely, where they'll also harden up. Now, while you're waiting for them to bake and cool, you can go ahead and put together your peppermint cream filling for your little sandwich cookie. We'll start with a 1/4 cup of vegetable shortening here in my bowl, and I'm going to add in half a cup of softened butter, and I'm using salted butter for this. Then add in a teaspoon of vanilla extract and half a teaspoon of peppermint extract. And then we're going to cream this together. Once that mixture is smooth, you can start adding in powdered sugar. I have 3 cups of powdered sugar here, and I'm going to add it in about half a cup at a time. This filling gets really thick really fast, so take it slow until it gets super thick and you can barely mix it with your mixer. Pour a little in there and start mixing it in. All right, this mixture is so thick it's getting crumbly, and this is the perfect time to add in crushed candy cane. I have 2 crushed candy canes here, which gives me about a 1/4 cup of crushed candy cane. Can I say crushed candy cane anymore? And then we're going to pour it in and just stir it in with a spoon. Take a little bit of the filling, roll it into a ball, and then flatten it into a little disc. We're going to sandwich this between 2 of our baked cookies. Just pick 2 of the cookies, sandwich it together, and we'll repeat with the remaining cookies. Once your cookies are all sandwiched together and paired up, it's time to dip them in melted chocolate. You can use either 4 cups of semi-sweet chocolate chips and melt them in the microwave, or today I'm using 20 ounces of dark chocolate melting wafers. These melt really well and they are amazing for dipping. So I'm going to go ahead and pop this in the microwave. Take one of the cookies, put it in the chocolate and flip it over so it's covered in the chocolate. Then use a fork to scoop it out and put it onto a wax paper or parchment paper lined tray. Before the chocolate hardens, there's just one more final touch you want to put on, and that's a little more crushed candy cane. Sprinkle a little bit on, and then we'll let this chocolate harden up. I hope you enjoy these homemade peppermint JoJo's as much as we do, because seriously, can't get enough. You can find the full written recipe in the video description. Be sure to subscribe and check out the rest of my channel, where you can find hundreds of restaurant quality recipes you can easily make at home. See you later.